arrived at Chicken Shit, which is the second to last song on the record. Quite a title. And the reason it is the second to last song on the record, sequencing wise, is because of the last song and just playing more with the idea of contrast in the record and different inspirations. But Chicken Shit was born by accident. And this is the only song from the Dirty South that didn't make it in that first segment of the record. Yeah, we were just jamming. Again, Tyndall was playing. Tyndall, another one of the like most badass guitar players in the business that doesn't play guitar on a whole lot of stuff as far as, recording unless he's working on it. But I said, just play some of that chicken picking shit. And so he starts... And we were playing around with a lot of chorus too on that trip. Right?
There was he was going into one chorus pedal going into the amp, and then there was another chorus effect in the
Logic or something.
Yeah, so it was like kind of this really cool extra dimensional double chorus thing. But he was playing that, and I started playing drums. And we were jamming. We were like, we got to just start recording this. So we started recording it, and I was like, well, what are we gonna call this? Because I had to save it. And was it Ryan?
No, Tyndall said just call it Chicken Shit.
Yeah.
So we would jam for like 30 minutes, come up with all the parts and everything. He's just having fun playing that lick over and over.
So you got no lyrics at this point?
No lyrics whatsoever. We're just jamming for like 20, 30 minutes. And we all stopped to take a break for a minute. And I'm like, guys, we could write a song called Chicken Shit. And I swear you could have seen their eyes roll out the back of their head and run away when I said that. It's like, what the hell are we going to write this song about? There's something that happened when I was a kid. I was with a buddy of mine, and we were about to go catfishing that night. And there's a bottle of water that didn't freeze in his grandpa's freezer. And so we figured we would just straight Roger Miller chug-a-lug this shit. Take it out behind the barn. I'm about to take a sip. Grandpa walks around the corner of the barn, catches us. Oh, y'all want a drink? I'm like, no, sir, don't tell my mom. I'm thinking I'm dead at this point. But his grandma used to let us smoke Virginia Slim, so I should have known Grandpa was going to be cool, But after a little bit of back and forth, he's like, I said take a drink, and I was like, all right, fine. So what nobody had told me at that point is the first time you drink moonshine, you can't breathe for 2 minutes. So I just took a little baby sip, and it took my breath, and I was like, God, why would anybody want to drink this shit? And he said, no, son, shit or get off the pot. I want to see you drink it. So I took a big gulp, and then we killed a chicken and went catfishing with it all night that night. And we didn't catch a single catfish. Poor chicken. But it died for a good cause. So we talked about that story a little bit. And just like, well, we could start. Obviously, there's chicken involved here, so it could be something to do with that. But chicken shit just, to me, I've heard people say that chicken shit means something different. What's chicken shit mean to you? Like when you were growing up, somebody said you were chicken shit. What did that mean?
That means you're a chicken. Or if you were to say that's chicken shit, that's bullshit.
See, to me, that's what some people said. To me, is my dad would be like, he'd put a piece of plywood on 2 cinder blocks, tell me to ramp it. And I'd be like, I don't know if that's safe, Dad. And he'd be like, oh, chicken shit, like saying I was scared, So that's what it meant to me. Did they even say chicken shit in Tulsa?
No.
No? That's a Kentucky, Indiana thing? Well, something that had been going on is I had been out in the world playing my music and doing a lot of festivals, and I'd met some artists and stuff, and I'd seen some artists that I really loved as a person. I'd heard some stuff that they did that felt really original, but then I would see like a transition somewhere in their career where it started kind of sounding like stuff I'd heard a lot of, and I was like, what? And I would just be like, dang, man, I really love this thing that you were doing. I'm not you, it's your decision to change or whatever. But it kind of, that was the first verse was that story, but what the song ended up being about was like, just don't be scared, Ooh, boy, get more than your feet wet. Want to win a pot, then you got to make a big bet, bet on yourself, do your thing. And that second verse was, go ahead, put your money where your mouth is, more walking, less talking about it. drown out the noise and find what your sound is. So that kind of tied up that idea for me, and I wanted to put this song out. Because Chicken Shit, if you know me really well, the Chicken Shit is, we were talking about Fan on High being me, but Chicken Shit is probably captures my personality more than anything on the record, possibly. I don't know.
I don't think we would have written that song if it was the first day down there.
No.
I think the fact that we had written Forgotten Man, Baptized, Jones, and we had a handful of songs that felt like the birth of Damascus. I think that gave us some confidence.
Chicken Shit was also another one that I wasn't sure about putting out there. You know, we went back and forth about it a lot. And I'd played it live a few times, and I didn't feel like people were responding to it well. But also, it's just like when you hear it, you're like, oh, shit, what's that? You know, at first, Granddaddy was a wildcat, you know? But now we're playing it, and I'm starting to see it now. People are vibing with it, you know? But that song's kind of like a call to arms for my fellow artists, you know? To me, it's just like, hey, man, do you. Like, at the end of the day, we all got into this because we love music, and there's something that made us want to risk it all. And like, if you're willing to risk it all, upend your whole life, move to Nashville, take a chance on maybe possibly being successful as a musician, then taking a chance on doing exactly what you want as a musician after all that seems like the least of my worries, you know? It's like, and I feel like the more you are just who you are and find your sound through blending all the stuff that's a whole big part of what Damascus is also about, is just like finding what my sound is based on all of my influences, not worrying about the dude that says that's not country or that's not hip hop or that's not rock and roll. Like, kiss my ass, bro. I'm just making music. I never said I was country, rock, hip hop, or nothing. Like, any labels that have been put on by other people, you know? Just do you and be who you are, and don't be chicken shit.
Did a rooster strut and say, "Whoa, boy, get more than your feet wear."